Hello, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. Today, we are continuing on with our path towards a better democratic Germany. Last time, we helped the Spanish win their war. It was a war for fascism. We're going democratic, but, we still have Hitler in charge, and, he's not making the best decisions. That's going to put us in a good democratic spot. Then we tried claiming the Sudetenland from the Czechoslovakians, and they got a whiff of our democracy and our freedom. And they're like, you know what, we're not giving that land over. And old Neville Chamberlain literally did get his peace in his time. So there will be no war with Czechoslovakia. So we're going to keep marching forward here. Our next thing is we're demanding Slovenia, which is down here, right? Yeah. Now, the Czechs might not give it up either because... they don't want to give up land to the upcoming democratic Germany. Because right now we have more democratic support than we do fascist support. So we're going to turn democratic any day now. And good old Uncle Hitler better watch out for those democratic supporters. So we're just pushing the clock forward here. Nothing's really exciting is happening at this time. Because we are a peaceful Germany. And we do not want bad things to happen in the world. Whoa. Is this it? Is this the moment? This is the moment, people. This is the one we've all been waiting for. Ba-pow! The German Republic, people. Look at that. Good old Uncle Adolf's been kicked out. Konrad Adenauer is now come to power. And somehow with democracy, we got a factory out of that? Don't know. But we're going to pump out tanks because nothing says democracy like tanks. Something we have an issue with, though, is we need to get rid of the old Nazi way of life. We're democratic now. So we have what are called SS divisions. And that's a cringeworthy name. So we're going to get rid of the SS division. We're going to call these Freedom Division. There we go. Nice and comfortable, people are going to see that coming and they're going to be like, oh yeah, trucks full of men with guns. That's democracy. That's democratic. Our flag changed, which is kind of nice, look, it's a little less threatening flag, not so much red and black crosses and swastikas. We're just a big old cuddly Germany. And have you noticed, with a cuddly democracy, those troops are ready to go. People, the world's safer this way. What a coincidence that if Germany was democratic, the world would have been less at war. We need to train some freedom divisions. What are they missing? Infantry equipment. Right. Are we still pumping out guns? We still need guns? Yes, we still need lots and lots of guns. So we can't really train any divisions right now. Although we do need oil. And who better to get oil from than our good old Soviet pals? Japan and China. There we go. So Japan has declared war on China. The war over here is going to kick off. And normally what happens is, in a moment, China's all going to become one big country. Because they're all going to say, you know what? Strength in numbers over the fascist. And we're going to merge together to create one big China. Because before all this, they were all fighting and hating each other. But the Japanese created a common enemy. But we're not concerned about that part of the world. Back to Germany, the German Republic, where we're here to spread freedom. We want to spread freedom to the nations of Poland and Czechoslovakia. But sir, they already have democracy. They don't have German democracy. It's much more efficient. We have one vote. And we vote in Konrad. Look at that. It's a face of strength. German strength. So we're democratic now, and we're not doing very democratic things. We are a democracy, and we're like, you know what, Yugoslavia? We want that land back. We'll see how they react. So that's what I'm talking about. The Chinese United Front is formed. So China is all getting on the same team to defeat the Japanese. So these guys joined up with the People's Republic, a state. Yeah, look at that. Boom, right in front of our faces. States are getting swallowed up. China gets huge in this game. And and they have a large amount of manpower, but they have terrible industry, and they basically have to fight the Japanese the entire game. So they never really get ahead. As a computer, if you play them as a person, you can do really well with them. But we probably won't. We should get involved in this war, to be all honest. Because if we are the peacekeeping people that we say we are, then Japan represents everything we're against. So we've demanded Slovenia. Let's see what how they feel about that. As you can see, aha! So the Yugoslavians gave in to our democratic German demands. They're like, fine, you can have Slovenia. Nazis. And we're like, hey, we're not Nazis anymore, people. We are the German Republic. We are all about the freedom. But it's going to be hard to shake that whole Nazi image. So I'm just building more factories. It's always good to have industry. What can we do? So we can't go down this line here because Czechoslovakia didn't give us their land. What we can do, though, is we're going to start getting involved in, like, Baltic issues. And I'm starting to think that if we're going to be playing this democratic way of life, we should get involved with China here. We should help them out. But I don't know. Are they going to want our help? That's the real question. What we could do is independently declare war. No, we can't even declare war on the Japanese. So right now, China's on their own. And they won't. We can't even like. Oh, that's one thing I forgot we got to do. Hold on. So Germany was the leader of the Axis. We are no longer the Axis. Pow. We're not that evil anymore. Be gone with the Axis. We don't want them. What we do want is other countries now to join a new faction that we will eventually create. But we need to find someone who wants to work with us first before we create. So maybe let's start working on Denmark. We're going to send a diplomat to Denmark, and we're going to be like, hey guys, we're thinking of creating a new alliance of democratic nations. And it won't be a complete failure like the European Union. What are they saying? What's wrong here? Saying we're not receiving something. We are getting tungsten from Sweden. We're not getting all of it, but we don't need all of it. So Sweden, we're cutting you on here. What about Sweden? Do they want to join us? Want to join our faction? No. No one wants to. They're all a little bit wary of us. We have to prove ourselves on the international stage first, and then people will probably want to work with us. All our mountain troops are ready to go, and the world continues to sit as a standstill, and it may do so for quite some time. I really wish we could get involved with this war, but we need the world tension, which is this little globe in the corner here, to be higher. When you're a fascist, you can declare war at any time, which makes it really fun and easy to play this game. But when you're a democracy, a boring old democracy, you have to have like the world going to shit before you can declare war, which is kind of strange. If we had said to China before they went to war, we would be like, hey guys, we'll guarantee your independence. Then we could have got involved. But no, we can't now. So what we're going to do is we're going to, we're going to start guaranteeing the independence of countries in Europe because we're just that nice of a guy. So we're going to like guarantee Greece. We're going to guarantee Albania, the Netherlands, right? We'll guarantee their independence. We're guaranteeing a lot around us because we're trying to show the world that we're a better, more happy Germany. So we've guaranteed a few countries here. Let's guarantee the Danes too. It's costing us a lot of political power, but that's okay. Okay, so here's the thing. So Japan is not like Germany. You have some of your commanders in China helping them out. We need you to pull them away or we're not going to be your friends. So we're like, no. We are democracy. Our military advisors are going to stay in China and help the Chinese win the war. What we can do with the Chinese, though, we might be able to give them weapons. No. Yet again, we still need the tension to be very high before we can do anything. So 1937 is coming to a close here. And we're getting close to the first the Jana Awards. A lot of stuff. As you can see, this massive list. Many things can happen once this completes, and we'll look at that closer when it comes to that time. And how are we doing? So it's 37. Can't really expand on anything. Germany can do a lot of research, so you can kind of like see it starts becoming an issue of what you pick. We're heading into 38. Let's get, I know this is a bit ahead of time, but if we can get these guns researched and we can start pumping them out right away, it'll give us the edge on any countries that threaten our democracy. What we're actually going to do is, I trust the Swiss more than I trust the French. So we're going to move all these mountain troops onto the border with France. Now, obviously, it's not their area of expertise, but they are better than nothing. So these awards have finished. Sometimes it might kick something off. Okay, so what happened there was we gave a bit of Yugoslavia to Hungary, and they were okay with that. So what's the next step? So the next step now is something called the fate of Yugoslavia. So if this one goes off perfectly, Germany could potentially end up controlling all of Yugoslavia. But we also have options of creating smaller countries in there, which I think we might do to help create our new faction. Because we're a free people, right? If Yugoslavia thinks that they are more than one nation, who are we to say no to that? We will help them, but they will be forced to work with us. Same thing that we're doing with the guns, we're going to do with our artillery. We just want to start pumping everything out. We're pumping out a lot of tanks. I want to pump out some trucks now so we can make some more freedom divisions. So we have lots of guns. So let's start making some freedom divisions. Now I think we have 3 currently. So what I want to do is I want to pump out 21 freedom divisions to help even out our numbers to 24, which is a full division. And what do we need? We need, oh God, we need more oil. Give us some of that Soviet oil. What we can do to help with our oil issue is we can create synthetic oil factories, which I think is what we might do, because those are very helpful in the long run, because eventually Russia is going to get uppity, as communists do, and Germany needs to be there to defend the world. How is Poland doing? You know, we're going to do something with Poland. First of all, we're going to guarantee Poland's independence, because they are our neighbors. We need to be good to our neighbors. And we need more rubber, so the Brits will give us some rubber. We're going to really push to get Poland on our side. Oh, here we go. Here we are. So you can see here, Yugoslavia. We always knew that the Yugoslavia state carved out of the Habsburg Empire was an artificial country, fated never to last. The ethnic remnant simmering under the surface has boiled over and the state is falling apart. We must step in to rectify the situation. So we're going to make puppets of Croatia and Yugoslavia. And apparently that's going to freak the game out. So we could have just taken all of Yugoslavia for ourselves, but look at this. Look at this. We got some new democratic nations. Although they are under German control, well, they have no choice. We can create a faction once we get to 80% of world tension. So you can see Germany, we're starting to build up our friends. So we don't need these troops on this border anymore because these are our guys. Now, obviously, the people we can't trust next are the Italians because they're fascists and they're our next door neighbors. And we've guaranteed a lot of countries around here, so they may get all uppity. I worry about... I don't know what to do because sometimes playing democratic Germany is still just as tough as regular Germany because you have enemies on all sides. So the Soviets don't really feel like giving us oil anymore, so we're just going to get it from the Americans. We need more? Yeah, we need more. And we need our next research, our next national focus here, which will be this one. So we're going to mess more with the Balkans. Yeah, we're going to mess more with these countries down here. Things are going well. But like I was saying, we have enemies on all sides as democratic Germany, because the Allies can do things. Since we're role-playing this as a Germany that wants to keep the world free, we're going to have issues with the Allies still thinking that we're a threat, and they will do things like declare war on Denmark because they think that would be a weakness if Germany wanted to take it, so they want to help them out. And the same goes with Belgium and the Netherlands. They will intervene there in justification of helping defending the Allies. But yeah, so not much happened this episode. We got 2 new states that are under our control. The Japanese have started to fail to invade China, and we're well into the spring of 1938. And things are looking good for democratic Germany. Although it didn't seem like a lot happened this episode, quite a bit did. So Germany just needs to keep pushing forward, and we just gotta hope for the best for the German Republic.